Nothing, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. How you doing, bruh?
You're doing good about yourself.
I am well. I'm well. I just been out running, man, ripping and running. Christia got a massage for me. So you gotta do that self-care sometimes. So
Absolutely, absolutely.
yeah, so that was good. I hated that I was asleep for most of it, but
Well, as much as you've been hustling, you probably you needed it.
exactly. No, she knew. She was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna hook you up." So thanks, babe, for hooking me up, man. But dude, I'm excited that you sent this delivery. And full disclosure, my son, he knew what was in here. So the box is open already, but I was gonna open it live, to get through. But so he already tore into it, and he's ranting and raving about it. So for those that are watching, Brian here has made a creation of energy bars from the Naturally Man supplement, and this is sort of the a test run that we're doing, and they look amazing. And it's dark chocolate. But can you just explain what you did as I open one of these bad boys up?
Yeah, well, it all starts with your incredible supplement, your product, Naturally Man. I mean, it is. I have been raving about this for what about 8 months now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And of course, I was the guinea pig and loved being the guinea pig because I immediately fell in love with it. But full disclosure as well to the audience, just so everybody doesn't think that we're just up here trying to hype this up. I remember telling you that I had a hard time taking that first gulp
Yep.
because I was not used to beets.
Yes, I
And,
remember that.
and and you were like, well, play with it, maybe add a little bit more of this or put it into that or whatever. And then by the end of that week, I didn't even really play with it. I just started getting used to my palate changed.
Hmm.
And all of a sudden, man, it just everything changed. My brain fog was gone. It was just incredible. And fast forward to today, you and I have always been talking about other ways we can kind of, advance this, because now you got a product, right? It's like, okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
what else can we do with this? And I don't remember how we got on to the
I,
energy bars.
I'll tell you because when during our Woodsman group, you floated the idea of baking with it.
Yes,
And
yes.
I was like, huh? It just blew my mind. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was possible. Or I didn't even think about it. And so you kind of, brought that along, that idea. And I'm like, wow, like where could we go with this? So that I think that's where the momentum for doing other things with the supplement came.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Yeah, and then I just, being a chef and always loving, I mean, part of my fascination with cooking and creating is the mystery of what will come of what you're doing. And I've always
Mm,
been fascinated with being able to take a certain amount of ingredients, whatever they may be,
yes.
and turning that into something else. To
Yes.
me, that, as simple as that sounds, it's the genesis of what I believe is one of the most fascinating things in the world, and that is cooking, because
Yes. Yes.
you're taking three, four, five, six individual items and putting them together, however, and creating something
Something
completely different.
something new. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a miracle of science. And so,
Yes.
what I wanted to do was to see if we could do something that, you know, we could implement this supplement into something else that people could enjoy on their own. And I think
Yes.
that's one of the things you all said is, can we do something that somebody could pick up, and
Yes.
go
Yes.
with it, right?
Yes. Yes.
So
So, I mean, so here we are. And a lot of the things, we talked about this, a lot of things that we talk about that are in the supplement, the nutrients, and the benefits of the supplement obviously are in here, but some of the ingredients that we talk about, like nuts, like the citrulline, the arginine that you get from nuts, the antioxidants that are in, I think what, so tell me what exactly you put cherries in here, tart
Yeah,
cherry.
you got tart dry cherries,
Okay. And
cashews.
cashews. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And it has all
Dark chocolate.
dark chocolate and the supplement powder, uh,
Yes.
oat flour. So that's if you're gluten free, that's all there for you.
My son loves that.
Yeah.
And I love the dark chocolate because of the properties, the healthy properties of dark chocolate. So I feel like I'm eating so good. So I'm just gonna. I haven't eaten all day, so I'm about to eat this. Hold on
Go
one.
ahead. Go ahead. Let me see.
Mm. Oh my goodness.
Are you getting all the nuts and stuff? Because we gotta tell the audience we've been back and forth, and I'm gonna tell you, everybody listening, Dr. Q is specific, but sometimes shies away from being too specific, right? Doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I had to
Mm.
finally come out and say, Dr. Q, what do you want to taste? He finally said, I want to taste the nuts, man. I want to taste the cherries. And
Hey,
because
pause on that. We have to be careful with how we phrase things. I want to
oh,
want to taste the cashews.
all right, I
But
forgot.
no, I'll play it. Brian, this is incredible.
You like that?
This is so good. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna tell you, Jackson was like, Dad, like these are so good. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. Like, and what he said, I said, how? Because this is kind of the because you can actually see the nuts in here
Mhm.
and the cherries. And I think you had the original version was all kind of really finely ground up.
Yeah,
So
I
you really
was
couldn't
looking
distinguish.
for more of a Milky Way effect.
Yeah, which was good too, but I kind of wanted to feel that crunch.
Yeah.
And you know one thing he said, because he took it before he worked out, he said it was satisfying. Like it was almost like a meal supplement.
And that's what you were looking for. And that's
Yeah.
what hit home to me because you were like, you had said to me in so many words, it's not so much my palate wants to taste the cashews and the cherries, Brian. I want the consumer to be able to have the similar meal replacement, right? And so by having them not so ground, you're
Mm-hmm.
actually getting more in the bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
so I
Mm-hmm.
when I heard that, it all made sense to me. I'm like, okay, I see where you're going.
Dude, that is so incredible. Like, see, this is the thing. I'm really conscious about what I eat. And I don't even eat milk chocolate anymore
Hmm.
because I know all the health benefits of dark chocolate
Yep.
and all the antioxidants and bioflavonoids, all that stuff. And like, I feel good about eating this. Like, I could probably eat several of these and not feel bad about them.
Exactly.
It's almost it's sweet like this. It satisfies that sweet, chocolate craving that I have. But there's this fruity flavor in there too with the tart and the supplement and the little crunch and I don't know what the texture is, but for the cherries, biting into the cherry and tasting that too.
Yeah.
It is amazing, man. This is so like this is like an energy bar. So how much supplement is actually in here? Like, is this a full scoop? Is this half a scoop, quarter?
It turns out that, believe it or not, each bar is a full scoop. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah. And
Mm,
just for background, so people can understand the process of creating this, I want people to understand that it wasn't as simple as just taking the actual supplement powder as it is and putting that into a batter, right? Because it would be really grainy, hard to see how much each bar is getting. So actually, the process is I take the supplement and I actually combine that with about a half a cup of water,
Hmm.
and then I use
Mm.
to actually dilute it down.
Yeah, yeah, because it's strong. The flavor's strong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's strong. And then I take that mixture and I put that in with the oat flour and the cashews
Gotcha.
and
Okay.
the cherries.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
because it's not grainy at all. Like you don't
right,
taste
yeah,
any of like the supplement powder itself.
exactly. And that,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So how do you know like calories? I know people are concerned about calories, like how many calories they're consuming with each bar. It's is it rough? You got a rough estimate of that?
I think I had my notes. Let me just check. I think I got them here.
Because I think the last time you sent one, the one that was very similar to here, I think you said it was maybe between 250, 300 calories, something like
Yeah,
that.
it's under 300 for sure.
Okay.
But I think I sent you a note. Let's see here if I can find it. Uh,
Man, look at that. Look at those chunks of nuts in here. Mm.
yeah, we got do 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 do. Oh man, we're looking good. It's 178.
Whoa, really?
Total fat is a little under 8 gram, 8, and then 23 on the carbohydrates, almost 3 grams of fiber, and almost 5 grams of protein.
Nice, nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This you got something here, bro.
Yeah, I think people are really going to enjoy it, and
Hmm.
like we were saying, and people listening, this wasn't an overnight overnight process, but I enjoy the journey, right?
Hmm.
And like you said, we've been through 4 or 5 iterations of this, and they've all been different. They've all been good. We've enjoyed them all, but
Yeah.
it was important for both of us to really, nail the goal, right?
Hmm.
Like, what's the goal? We can make anything taste good, right? But what's the goal? And we wanted a goal that was going to be satisfying. We
Hmm.
wanted it to obviously taste good, but we wanted the calories to be on the right place.
Right.
But most importantly, we wanted it to be healthy.
Yes, yes,
That's,
yes.
we didn't want to depart from the purpose,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly. And let's be real, like not everybody wants to take a supplement.
Exactly.
It is a little labor. You do have to take a scoop out, you have to put it in water, you got to shake it up, you got to have enough water to put it in. But this is something that's portable. Like I have a problem sometimes when I travel, I have to get the supplement, put it in like a baggie
Hmm.
and put the scooper in there so I know how much I'm doing. And
Right.
I'll travel with it because I don't go a day without the supplement. I think you do as well. You don't go a day without it as well. But so I have to have it. But this really is a nice alternative because I'm getting the full scoop in a bar, and I'm actually feeling satiated from it,
Yep.
which is like, so if you and it's not a lot of calories, so I mean it's giving me energy.
Yep.
I
Yep.
remember I took one of the bars. I was tired and I was hitting the road. It was late, and I was like, I'm just gonna take one. Man, that thing had me going. I was up, I was alert. I got to my destination. It was dark, but I got there. And it wasn't like I felt like, "Grr," how like some of these energy supplements, they jack you up and
Yeah.
it was just
Then
very natural. I just felt very alert, no crash afterwards. And that's the beauty of the supplement and what you put together here. So kudos
yeah.
to you, man.
Well, another point that, and again, this is the first I've heard of it, but let's explore this a little bit because I think this is fascinating. Let's talk about Jackson. So
Mhm.
you're talking about someone who's what, 18?
18, just turned 18.
Okay,
Yep.
so I mean that's huge because we all know our bodies are different. So we're talking about a young man
Yes.
who is also experiencing incredible benefits. That's important, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's huge.
Yes. Yes, because he works out faithfully.
Wow.
Even after games, he'll be out, working out. And so he takes the supplement, on a regular basis. But Jackson likes food too.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and he I mean, I could not. The last batch you had that were kind of Milky Way-ish, that was, dude, I was fighting him for it. And everyone I gave it to, and I actually had to ration it because I think you sent me like 12, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
it was 12, but so I'm like wanting to get taste tests, people to try it and get some feedback. And I realized I really don't need to get all that feedback because it's good. I don't need it, but I did. But then I found myself kind of rationing it out at the end, and then we were like, down to half a bar, and we're like, okay, who's going. But yeah, that's a testament because Jackson loves his food.
yeah.
He knows good stuff when he tastes it, basically,
Mhm.
and he loves these. And so I'm gonna have to hide these now from him now that he's taken them, so that I can enjoy more of them. But here's the thing: my wife takes it too. She loves it as well.
Yeah.
Like our friend who she walks with, in her 70s, she said it gave her energy to do what she needed to do. So it's incredible, man. I can't wait until we can get this out to market so people can actually try this.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
that's the next step. We gotta look at manufacturing, we look at packaging. I'm sure there'll be a couple of tweaks when it goes to the mass, but you
yeah,
know, the key to having a good team as we have is we've got the doctor and then we've got the chef. So when we go into manufacturing, we're like, no, 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 you cannot cut that corner. You cannot
yeah,
cut that corner.
yeah,
No, 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 no.
yeah,
Because, a lot of manufacturers, they're looking at the first question they ask is, well, what if we could make this cheaper for you, right?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
no, 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 no.
yeah.
Now,
No
that's
cutting
not, we're
corners
not
here.
trying to do that
Yeah,
because we are making a commitment not only to our own bodies, but we are pushing this out for other people, and we respect and we stand by, what this is all about. And so
absolutely,
we gotta
absolutely.
stay with it. So
Yeah, no, I can't wait till we can get these mass produced. But I mean, how did you? I just need to know how you coated this in dark chocolate. Like, is it hot and then you just dip it in and then it cools, or how does that work?
all right, so dipping chocolate is it's a science in itself. So a lot of people think you can just take chocolate, maybe add some milk to it or some oat milk or whatever you want to thin it out a little bit after it melts,
Yeah,
and dip whatever you want into it and kind of let it bathe in there. And then if you do that and you set it out on a rack to dry, it's not going to dry, right? Chocolate
okay.
is very, very, very fickle, right? Because of
Huh.
the milk fat in there. So what you have to do is you have to do what we call a tempering process. So I take really, really good dark chocolate
Mhm.
and I will melt that in a double boiler, which means basically you just take your chunks of the chocolate, you put it into a bowl, and you put that on top of a pot of boiling water.
Oh, okay.
Steam
Okay.
comes up and it's slowly melting the chocolate. So you have
Nice.
control over how it's melting.
It
Once
doesn't burn. You
it
would
doesn't
never
burn,
burn. Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
Mm.
Once it's melted, okay, then you take it off of your steam and you add cold chocolate to that, and you
Hmm.
stir that around and melt the cold chocolate into your warm chocolate. And that's called tempering. So basically, you're reducing the temperature down by adding the cold to your
Gotcha.
hot.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now it's going to be a lot thicker because you've added
Mhm.
cold into the hot, which is what you want. Then from that point, what I did, because I'm working out of a house, so I'm not in a manufacturing place. So what I did is I went out and I got some wooden chopsticks,
Hmm.
thin little bamboo chopsticks, and I would take each bar after I cut them into tubes. I will take each bar and I will skewer the chopstick into the bar so I have a hold on it.
Yeah.
Then just drop the chopstick into the chocolate and then turn, 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 lift it up, let it
Yeah.
drip, and then onto the rack, and then slide off, and then boom, off, slide off, boom.
Okay. Wow. And then it just cools and hardens and
Yeah, it'll harden naturally that way because it's been tempered properly. If you
yeah.
don't temper it, that'll sit there. It'll look nice, but when you go pick one up, you'll
Yeah.
realize it's runny. So you
Wow.
gotta temper that chocolate. So yeah.
Wow. That is a crazy process. I've never heard that before. But of course, you world trained chef would know all the tricks. I just said, listen, I had a concept, and you were like, oh yeah, yeah, I can do it. I didn't know it was that complicated to do. You make it sound so easy. But listen, no joke, I have not eaten all day, and I just went and got some Mexican this bowl. Like the hunger pain that I had is gone.
That's awesome.
Like literally, I'm a little mad because I got a lot of food over there. So I'll probably save some for later, but this is the real deal. Like I love these bars, man. You did a fantastic job. Now we need to figure out a name for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's, I mean, I'm like I've always told you, my greatest gift is to try to accomplish what is asked. And it's such a blessing to work with you
Oh,
because you really, I liked the way we kind of went about it. You were like, well, you never said they weren't, you never ever said this is not good. And it's not like
yeah,
you wouldn't tell me that, but then
right,
again, I wouldn't have sent you anything that I didn't think was good.
right.
Let's be first anyway. But what I
Right.
liked about the process was we finally got down to the why of why you wanted chunky. And when I
Mm,
got that, man, something went off in my head, and I'm like, oh, I know where he's going. He
yeah.
wants more of a meal replacement. And it is so true because, you know, uh, I mean, you as a doctor would know this, I'm sure, that the more times we chew, that's energy. So
Mhm.
if you've got something that's really soft and easy to chew, okay, fine, boom. It may still have all the nutrients in there, that's great. But the more you chew, the slower you chew, the more that's in there, the more crunch, the more all that's in there,
Yeah.
or the more satisfied you actually become. Uh,
Yeah.
Also, there's some truth into the slower you eat. There's been
Of
people,
course.
you know, the slower you eat can really cut down. People say, well, I've had people ask me about diets all the time and losing weight. And
Mhm,
one of the first things I'll say is, slow down your eating. Are
mhm,
you
mhm.
standing when you eat? Are you, are you sitting when you eat? All these things make a difference.
Right.
So,
Right.
but with the bar, with the crunch, I really got it when you said, I want to be able to see it, and I want to be able to taste it all the way through every bite. And I was like, okay,
Right.
that makes sense.
Right. Because we're all about, like, we never would advocate not eating properly or not eating intentionally or healthy, right? It's not the goal of the supplement. It's not why I made it. It really is for men who are trying to eat right every day, but it's just not practical to do all that. And some of
Yep.
the stuff that's in the supplement is not easily sourced in our diets. And so it's just a way to ensure that you're getting the nutrients that you need to fuel your body to perform at a high level.
I
But
think before I forget, and
yeah,
I think I really want you to talk about this because it's a question I get asked quite a bit.
what's that?
And I think it's important to give you this platform. So a lot of people that I have shared with, mostly my family, my kids. I have four kids, but two of my daughters lived in the area, and so they're always, hey, dad, you got an extra bar, right? And I'll say, yeah, I may have one over there, one over there. But anyway, they have asked me, and they have looked at the back of the Naturally Man supplement, the actual jar.
Hmm.
And the first question they asked me is, okay, this is all great, but these are a lot of either scientific or medical terms. What does this mean? And I have most of the answers, but I think it's important for the general public to understand what is in the supplement, which is now in the bar, and actually what it's doing for you. So can we break it down into a little more basic
Oh,
English?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sure. Well, first of all, my base is the superfood beets, right?
Boom.
Beets are, yeah, that's why the supplement is red, is because of the beets. And beets do so many things, from athletic performance to brain fog to blood flow to liver detox. It does it all. And so that was my base to start with. And so, being a urologist and being mindful that blood flow, particularly downstairs, is important.
Yeah.
I wanted it to contain natural nitric oxide precursors like beets, but then we talk about leafy greens too as being a great source of nitric oxide. So that's why kale is in there. And then we talk about the amino acids, the precursors to nitric oxide, like L-arginine and citrulline, which are found in nuts and in watermelon, which is kind of why I flavored it with a watermelon flavor to
Right.
play off of that. But and so now you have the building blocks for nitric oxide that you're consuming on top of the natural sources of nitric oxide that you're consuming. And then I talk about some of the harder sourced ingredients like maca root and Korean ginseng that are in there. Also help with performance and stamina and sex drive. And
Yeah.
so I definitely want to include those in there. But then, you can have blood flow, but what's also important for men is to be able to have testosterone and testosterone support. And so that's why there are trace minerals, boron, and selenium in there in order to help boost and support testosterone function. And then, as we're getting older, our prostates become an issue. And so, as a
Mhm.
urologist, I'm mindful of that. I didn't want to just do something for erections or for testosterone. I want to treat the whole man. And what we deal with, we have to pee through our prostate every day.
Yep.
So, our prostate health matters. And so that's why I included a prostate blend of saw palmetto, flaxseed, and pumpkin seed to support prostate health. And, while we're at it, we want to stay healthy. It's cold and flu season. You get summer colds. Definitely wanted something to help with our immune system. So it's packed with vitamin C. It's got zinc in it. But what else do we like to do? We work out. We're active. So you need some natural sources of energy. So that's where the green tea and the vitamin B12 come in. And so I've got full of antioxidants. Green tea is one of the biggest antioxidants that you can take along with the bioflavonoids. All of that is within here. And I put that in there specifically because antioxidants, that's like the protector of our bodies
Mhm.
from toxins that are in our bodies. They go around mopping up free radicals that cause damage to our DNA, cause damage to our proteins, our cells, our blood vessels. And so I'm trying to look like you, Brian, when I your age, right? So I'm trying to slow down the aging process. And that's why I put it's full of antioxidants in there, vitamin E, I got vitamin D in here. That's another thing that's important for men, for Black men in particular, because we're vitamin D3 deficient.
Efficient. Yes.
And so every melanated brother needs to be on a D3 supplement because D3 deficiency is linked to prostate cancer, which affects us more than most. And then finally, we all deal with stress. And so I had to put an adaptogen ashwagandha in there to deal with our stress. That is a way that we can handle stress in a positive way because stress also lowers your testosterone and makes it harder to have an erection as well.
Yep.
So it all kind of goes and it plays with your immune system as well. So, just trying to come up with a comprehensive supplement that I want to take every day that I know is doing so much that I can see, but stuff that I can't see that is helping me perform at a high level for the longest period of time possible. So that's it. That's it, man. That's it in a
Man,
nutshell.
thank you so much for that. And I think that that is so important because you and I both know, and we've talked about this a bunch of times, and this is not to badmouth any other products that are out there, but there are a lot of money grabs out there. And I know you and I, we were like, the first time we talked, we're like, integrity first, man. Integrity
Mhm,
first. We're not putting
mhm.
our name on nothing that's not the real deal. And everything, I think it's amazing just listening to what you just rolled out. So if anybody's watching this, man, if you heard what he just said, he didn't miss a beat, right? Like this wasn't just, okay, let's throw a bunch of stuff in there and let's see what happens. This was a very calculated recipe that that works. I
Mhm.
mean, it just works.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 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 So yeah, thank you for giving me that opportunity, because I take for granted that people know what's in it. Because
Yeah,
I think, oh, it's so good, everybody should know, but no, not everybody knows. Why do we take it? And this is the reason. It's
yeah,
got so much good stuff. It's like, why wouldn't you take it?
exactly. Exactly.
Honestly.
And can you touch on, because I talked about my daughters, and
Yeah.
my youngest daughter is recently married, and so my son-in-law, he's a detective, and he told me a story. He took a half of one. They were over here visiting with my grandson, and he took a half of one. Man, he's been bugging me ever since. He's like, sometimes I'm on this 16-hour shift, man, in the middle of the night, and he said, yeah, he goes, I took one. He says, I was like a new man,
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they get these, like anybody else that has very stressful jobs,
Mm,
whether it's a pilot or a detective or just a regular police officer, or there's so many. Even a chef is a stressful job in a restaurant. But you
mhm.
know, you get into these routines out of habit of and even people that are working regular 9 to 5s in corporate, you hear about it all the time. Well, I need my 2 o'clock sugar rush or a fix
Yeah.
or something because I'm fading, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think I think you've got something that is so powerful that solves all of that, right?
Yep. Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I mean, just like you said, you got a Mexican bowl that you're ready to have for lunch, and all of a sudden
Ruined it.
put it
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
pause for a minute. And you didn't substitute it with garbage.
Yes, that's the good stuff. And see, that's when when it's good stuff, you don't feel hungry afterwards. How many times have we picked up a bag of chips and kept eating them because we didn't feel hungry, we didn't feel satiated, we didn't feel satisfied? You know, that's the difference. When you are fueling your body with quality stuff, it can use it. Okay. It's not just going to still feel hungry. It's using what you just gave it to power yourself. But I do want to piggyback on something you said, because you got to look at the competition, right? And so I picked up some bottles of Nugenics,
Hmm.
to read they're not even opened. But just to look and read the ingredients, and to see that some of the supplements ingredients are in here, but there's a lot that aren't in here.
Yeah.
And this is just two of their products. This one is for a free testosterone booster. This one is for a nitric oxide booster. And they have plenty other ones for stress and
Mhm.
for prostate health and whatnot. And that's the thing, man. They separate all their ingredients so they can sell you more,
Tell you more.
right? And
Yep.
guess what? You're not even getting the amount of nutrients and ingredients that are in my power in here. You're
Yep.
not even getting them. You know why? Because these are pills, and you can only put so much in pills.
Exactly.
And ours is a powder, of a big, generous scoop of powder. And we actually looked into trying to put this in a gummy
We did.
or a pill. And the manufacturers just said, "Look, you got too much stuff in here. You can't,
Exactly. Exactly.
you be getting a handful of gummies just to get the amount." And we didn't want to compromise the potency of anything.
Yep.
And so I stand by our product. I don't think there's nothing on the market like it. The
I,
quality, the potency, the natural essence that's in here, that's not in here. I don't see beets in here at all. Are in it, and it is going to help you in every way. You don't have to think about, oh, did I miss this? Did I miss that? You have it all in one. And something else you mentioned your daughter, and women can take this as well.
that's yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's called Naturally, man. But my wife takes it every day like I do.
Yeah. Yeah. And truth be told, behind the scenes, I know you're working on something that's very similar for women.
I am. I am, and that is to come. But it was born out of the fact that women were taking their men's supplement, and guys are like, guys are like, man, can't I have anything? Like, really? Just this one thing. And but they saw the benefits that their husbands were having. And they wanted in on it too. And here's the thing, it's not going to make you grow hair or lower your voice or, make you
Right.
manly in any way. It's just going to enhance what you're already doing, give you energy, give you stamina, help with your brain fog, do all the things, help with blood flow. Women have pelvises too, so it helps with blood flow as well for them. So there's nothing, but I am coming out with later in 2025 a naturally her supplement that is going to be all of the stuff that's in Naturally Man. And I need to get the bottle. Excuse me one second. I should have already had this up, the bottle. So it's going to have everything that's in here, plus so much other good ingredients. We're going to put in cranberry extract, to help
Nice.
urinary tract infections. There's going to be perimenopausal support here as well. There's going to be collagen, there's biotin, skin, hair, nails. All of that is going to be in the Naturally Her version of it. And right now we're working on two different flavor profiles. So we'll see which one. But right now it's either watermelon cherry or watermelon peach. So I'm just trying to.
I'll wait for the call for more bars on that side.
Excited about that, and actually a more souped up version of Naturally Man is coming as well. So I'm excited about all these things, man. And when we get to talking, we don't have less than half-hour conversations, and just the creative juices that flow between us. It's just a great synergy, great relationship. I value you. I value your friendship. I value your expertise, your counsel, everything. So just thank you for being a part of this journey with me, a very important part of it. And just thank you for everything you're doing, man.
Oh man, it's my pleasure, and I'm excited that we nailed down the recipe, and now we take to the next step and introduce it to the public because I am convinced just by taking the powder in it by itself, but I'm convinced that anyone that goes down this road will never look back. I mean,
I believe it.
it's a game changer.
Yep, it is a game changer. I swear by it. Literally, I said if no one else ever buys it, I will keep it going just for me because because I see the difference that it has made in my life. I don't want to live without it, literally. And if I run out, get nervous. It's bad, but it's because I love how I feel with it, and I want to keep that as long as I can. So,
I agree.
man, I gotta peel out of here, bro. But
All right.
thank you for the bars, man. We'll talk later about some other ideas, but appreciate you, bro.
Sounds good. Appreciate you. We'll catch up soon.
All right, man. Take
All
it
right.
easy.
Take care.